is not black owned, but you're stealing black culture. Is this not black culture? Trap tea, the boba plug? No, you're thieves. Asian people stealing black culture once again. It's okay, you'll be exposed though. You're not black owned. You're stealing black culture. You're stealing black culture. No, I came here because I thought it was black owned. That's why I came here. I told my friends I'm supporting a black business. This is not black owned. This is not black owned. Asians stealing black culture. Once again, you're a coon. Don't talk.
I'm a coon.
I came
you already
because I didn't know it was black owned.
You already spent money on them.
I already did. But
because I'm tired of people.
because you're a coon. This is.
Sup everyone, this is Woken Up Player. Brand new video, brand new topic. For those of you who are new to this video and new to my channel, check out my other videos, subscribe, help a brother out, share the video, like the video, and God bless. So, the Black Lives Movement, or BLM, has never really mattered until recently. There are a lot of people who could call people of color, people who are black, African Americans, whatever you want to call black people, right? And this is just mainly in the United States. Most people are using this movement as a stepping stone to have their own selfish power, their own selfish gain, their own selfish ways where they could get away with doing anything they want. Statistically speaking, and this is facts, most people that are dealing with the death rates among black people or African Americans in America, most of them are being murdered by other black people or African Americans. So there's a higher chance you could be murdered by another individual who is black if you're also black, depending on the neighborhood, depending on the area, and depending on how bad and the poverty rate of the area you're living in. I've seen stuff happen. I witnessed it. People think that there's a lot of black individuals who doesn't have a racist mindset. They think black people can never be racist. I made many videos about this in the past where I spoke about this. Black issues, black problems in America. And this is not just about race. I love everyone. I respect everyone who respects me. I respect everyone and love everyone from afar. That doesn't mean I'm an evil person. Why am I going to stand up for a selfish, one-sided agenda when most people are only using it as a stepping stone to scream like a baby just to get what they want? Of course, I understand people are getting tired of the murder, tired of a lot of stuff. But this is how the media is getting a lot of you to do a lot of things dirty. The media needs attention grabbers. So they use whatever media outlet that they could use, just like riots. Or they make things worse by slowly trying to put a separation agenda, just like during the COVID. A few months ago, the news said that the coronavirus has a higher hit amongst people who are minorities more than people who are Caucasian. That was the most race-baiting crap that the news could ever promote. And the media allowed this to be promoted. This was in broad daylight. It was in television. You guys could look up the video. Type in on Google, coronavirus minority rates or race rates. The race that you are will highly determine if you get the coronavirus or not. That is the most ridiculous, stupidest crap I ever heard of. Now back to the main topic of the video. Breonna Taylor was killed by the hands of officers who didn't handle their job poorly. Of course, she deserves justice. She deserves the right to have a living life to get by just like anybody else deserves a life or deserves to live. No one has no right to take away someone's life whenever they feel like. An accident was an accident, but at the same time, the cops should have been charged. They were just let go of. They were let go of freely. And guess what? A lot of people are angry about this, especially a lot of people who are in the black communities. Okay? And the most time I notice that when the black community gets together is when stuff like this happens. But if let this never happened, let the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, if it never happened at all, there would be no such thing as a Black Lives Matter movement. Black Lives Matter was used by marketing gain, revenue, money. They used that name. A lot of companies used that name. There was companies that used hashtag Black Lives Matter just so they could get deals and profit and make money off of people. That's the most dirtiest things you could ever do. That's like a spit on someone's face. Your life never really mattered. It only mattered because a lot of people made it a trend. That's why I don't take the Black Lives Matter movement seriously at all. It's like a propaganda. It's like the sprinkles on the top of an icing cake. But once you slice open the cake and you look what's inside, it's all rotten. It's dirty. It's not as beautiful or amazing as many people seemed for it to be. It's a joke. It's ridiculous and it's sad. And there's many other YouTubers that could say the same thing that I'm saying. Rest in peace to George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. It's unfortunate how they lost their lives. I understand that. It does not matter if they did drugs or they had some history. No one shouldn't be deserving to die the way they did. Whatever happened with Breonna Taylor's boyfriend having a gun and starting all of this, she shouldn't have dated a Pookie or Ray Ray or a guy who was a drug dealer. She shouldn't have dealt with guys like that. I understand that. But at the same time, the cops could have handled this a lot better. It's like there's a lot of cops who are just itching to just start a war or use their guns. Like good cop versus bad cop. There's a lot of nasty police officers out there, while there's good police officers out there who makes a good name for themselves. But due to the fact of what happened in America, if you're a white officer and you done nothing wrong, you're just trying to get by, feed your family, and you done nothing wrong, and you're being targeted and called racist slurs and stuff, I feel for you and I understand. There's some people that has a good heart that due to the fact of what someone else or a group of their same ethnicities of the same background of people did, right? Because of the same race, of the same people that did the damage, now they're going to be frowned upon on because of the stupid actions that other people made. It's bad enough that black people are stereotyped for being monkeys, zoo animals. And then look at the media. Riots, breaking into stores, stealing, robbing. The murder rate has gone on a sky high. There's people who wants to threaten the cops to kill all white cops. There's racist people out there that hates white police officers so much, and then they flip and turn over and say, well, they did it too. But you're doing the exact same thing that the other person is doing. You're feeding hate with hate. You're fighting fire with fire. And the only thing that's going to happen in the end result is destruction. People does not realize that. Why so much hate? Why so much violent thoughts? And it turns into murder? You don't care if the person has a daughter or the person, that could be someone's son. You don't care. What goes around comes around. One of the main terms and main things that people normally doesn't really use like that anymore. Because instead of people seeking justice, they should also look at justice on them from themselves. The results of the things that happen to these individuals that I've mentioned in the videos is unfortunate. I'm not choosing any sides. And I'm not supporting the hashtag Black Lives Matter. If it really mattered, this should have been a thing since the early 2000s or maybe the early 1900s. Why is it a thing in 2020? Black lives never really mattered at all to a lot of people. There's a lot of black individuals that feels that other peoples of races should be forced to accept them. If a person does not like you for whatever reason, or they're racist towards you for whatever reason, it could be from experience, it could be from what they're taught and what they see. People could have a change of heart. People could like you for you. It all boils down to your own character in the end of the day. Are you a good person, or are you going to be playing the victim card? There's some people that are so pissed, they don't even know the two individuals that died, and yet they make it seem like it's affecting their lives. When they're living good, some of you guys have a nice car, live in a nice neighborhood. Some of you may live in a neighborhood that is predominantly white. And you're complaining. You're using hashtag Black Lives Matter on Instagram, OnlyFans, Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, so you could get a few likes and clout, so you could get attention. And then some women and men will be like, well, my partner is black. Seriously. It's pathetic, man. It's a joke. Black Lives Matter is a joke. This is coming from another black individual such as myself. I'm not even racist. I have no need to hate anybody. Why would I hate someone because of their race? What did they do to me? How is that going to affect my life? For feeding more hate with hate. I would look like a fool if I was in those riots. And then the next thing I know, there's a whole bunch of people in the riot starting drama, starting trouble, being at the wrong place at the wrong time, and starting fights. And then they're going to scream Black Lives Matter just to get away with their crimes, their criminal ways. Black Lives Matter doesn't matter when there's a black on black crime. Black Lives Matter don't matter when a black man who's a criminal kills 3 to 4 cops. Black lives don't matter when innocent black babies are being killed by child abortions. Black lives really don't matter when a black male commits suicide. Black lives only matter when a white cop starts a fit or a fight and kills another brother or another sister or a black female or a black male. That's the only time Black Lives Matter. Oh, please accept me. Please accept me for who I am. You can't force people to accept you. I'm sorry. If someone does not like you, they don't like you. You want rights just as anybody else? You need to wake up. The media is lying to a lot of people and starting these riots and making things worse. The media has the funny way, they keep pushing all this negative thing. The only thing I see in the media most of the time is always negative stuff now. And on top of that, it's no better that people are even thinking something like this is okay and this is normal. To see nothing but violence, riots, and chaos every day in the news. I follow the news based off what's happening in New York City because I have family that lives in the city. I used to live in the city 2 years ago. I now live upstate New York. I'm still in New York. And the things that I see, it's sad. Black lives never really matter. It's fake, it's garbage, it's bougie. A lot of people are just using it as a stepping stone to feel better about themselves. Like, yeah, you better respect me. Like, they have some ego off of it just for being black. But in the end of the day, that does not really matter. It's never going to change anything. It's never going to change the individual's mindset. Yes, I understand there's racist moments where people are losing their jobs and stuff like that, right? That's justifiable if you're actually being racially attacked. I understand. As I said, my sincerities goes out to the families of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. May they rest in peace. But guys, look at this. At the end of the day, black lives never really mattered. It depends on the person's character. That's what counts the most. How you treat others is how you would want other people to treat your children or even you. This is Woken Up here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.